Don't miss out on something just because you don't understand the power of communication. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Revolutionary G-Talks. My name is Giselle Ureña, and if you are just joining us, welcome to the channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. And don't forget to click on that bell so that you cannot miss the next one. And if you're just returning, well, welcome back. We're so happy to have you here again. Today, I want to talk about the importance of communication and knowing the difference between business communication and just regular personal communication. It's so important to make sure to master those two skills. Well, it's one skill, which is communication, but mastering and knowing the difference in both, because communication can really get you the best opportunity of your life or take away that opportunity that was meant to be for you. Something that I learned is that Nike actually lost Stephen Curry to Under Armour just because of a miscommunication or a misinterpretation that happened inside a meeting. And that was millions of dollars. It was just not $5,000 or $10,000. It was a contract worth millions of dollars. And I think what happened in that circumstance or that problem, I think it was they messed up Stephen Curry's name, or they used a PowerPoint that they had already used for another person, and they used it for Stephen Curry. And absolutely not. That's wrong. You have to treat each person as their own person. You cannot try to recycle things that you've done in the past with other people. And this is in terms of business communication, especially when you're trying to get a contract with somebody. You have to treat it fresh from the very bottom and treat it as its unique thing, because it's a unique person that you're talking to. So let's rewind and let's start from the very top. What's communication? Communication is having the ability to communicate. I cannot use the same word in the definition, but it's basically being able to transfer a message to another person. It could be verbally, it could be physically, it could be in many shapes or forms to communicate. But what is the difference between business communication and just personal or more daily communication, right? Business communication is more structured. When you are doing business with somebody, you have to understand that your words and the way you are transferring this information with the other person is crucial, so that both parties are in the same page and things can go as smooth as possible, especially if you are both doing business. So why is it that most businesses that are started with partners fail? Because of the communication between the two people, or the group of people, or the team. Because they don't have a flow or a structure that works amongst everybody so that everyone can be on the same page. How can you better your business communication skills? I recommend that people start reading. Read books that are about business communication. Number 2, watch videos on a daily or weekly on how to better your business communication. And number 3, put it into practice. Just because you're reading and watching and you're not putting it into practice, that doesn't mean you're going to get better at it. You have to be intentional to practice. Practice makes perfect. Well, it doesn't make perfect, because nothing will be ever perfect, because there's always room for improvement. But it will definitely get you there. I think that sometimes we just do things when it's necessary. Oh, I have a job interview. Yeah, let me put on a suit. Let me put on something really nice so I can represent myself. And then when I show up, it's the only time I'm going to firmly shake a hand. No, you have to treat your daily life as if it's a business, because life is truly a business. You have to maximize the profit that you can get out of the time that you have on this earth. Honestly. So You have to make sure that you wake up every day and say, I'm gonna show up as if this was a business contract or agreement that I'm about to be on. Because you never know who you're gonna meet. You never know who's sitting next to you right now. You never know when you're gonna get a phone call and say, oh, hey, so-and-so, I see that you're doing this with so-and-so, and that person was speaking so highly about you. I would love to speak to you and get to know you a little bit more and and partner and collaborate in this project. You never know. So make sure that every day you show up at your best, because you need to brand yourself. How are people going to think of you on a daily basis? You can not only show up with a suit and tie and firmly shake somebody's hand just because you have an interview. You have to do that even to the janitor at your place, or the person throwing away the trash, or the person that you think it might be just as a whatever. Cannot do that. Because imagine if, let's say for instance, at my school, I make sure that I speak to the janitors, to the people that clean. I remember my freshman year in college. Her name is Marta. I make sure that I know their names too. Freshman year, Marta was the first person that I saw when I used to wake up every single day. Because she was cleaning, making sure that the bathrooms were clean and good to go, so that when all the students got up for school, they have somewhere clean to get ready and shower up. Well, I made sure for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, I gave Marta a thank you card, and I gave her a customized cup saying, you know, Marta, you're the best, this, and that. Making her feel appreciated and know that I see her, and I hope that she sees me being grateful for the service that she's providing us. And guess what? Marta was cleaning at the dean's office, I believe, or she was in an office where there was some incredible, important people in there. And guess whose name came out of Marta's mouth? My name. When they were talking about an amazing opportunity. Well, I know this girl. Her name is Giselle. She lives in dorm 111, and she's so good at this. I think she would be a great person to talk to that can be part of this project. And guess who was part of the project? Moi. Me. And guess who's still connected with those people? Me. 4 years later. Why? Because I showed up every day taking my life as if it was a business. Don't miss out on something just because you don't understand the power of communication. You have to make sure that you get up and know that today could be the day that could change your life forever. That's how I treat it. That's how I treat people. I love people to know that they are appreciated, and I value and respect the work that they do. Whether it is that you are recording for me, or whether it is that you are in an interview with me, whether it is that you are cleaning because that's just your job, or just being in my surrounding, opening my door, I don't know, anything. I love people to understand, hey, I see that. And I value it and I respect it, because who's going to be in the back of my mind? Wherever I go, Giselle, I think it would be great to do this and this. Oh my God, I know a person that would be great for that. For instance, if they need a videographer, go to this person. For right now, the person that's recording for me, that's like working alongside with me so I can bring this content to you, is Ty Films. Make sure you watch the screen. His name comes up. Contact him. Or let's say if somebody needs a marketing agent, somebody that can help them with marketing. Well, I know two people, One Vision, or I know Jeremiah King, who is a 21-year-old that came to the show already and spoke about the services that he can provide for marketing. And it's simple like that. Just treating every relationship as if it was a business, because we can all help each other and we can all bring opportunities to each other. So what would be the difference then for a personal communication? The way I speak to my friends is not the way that I would speak to a coworker, right? We all have different level of relationships, and I believe there is this diagram where it's like a bunch of circles, like a big circle, then a smaller circle, then another smaller circle, and then it gets smaller, smaller, smaller. And we do that in business as a practice to see who, and you write people's name, like which are the people that are further out in your circle, and who are the closest to you. It's important to do that, right? Why don't you do that? Why don't you right now take out a pen and paper and do all these circles, and then write down people that you think are really close to you and the people that you think are a little bit farther out, and then think about how you talk to those people. Maybe the people that are farther out in your circle, you speak to them in a more careful way, and you try to not swear maybe around those people, or you are a little bit more structured the way you communicate things with them. And maybe the people closer to you, you have ways that you communicate. Maybe you guys have hand signs that you use. Maybe you use a little like keyword that only you two understand. Maybe you have like those are personal communications, where it's more intimate, more private, more relaxed, and it's not that serious. But even if those people are so close to you, they can also be important in your life in terms of your business, because you don't know where these relationships can take you. What if your best friend right now got the opportunity to be in an amazing meeting, and they're talking about a topic that you are really good at, and she says, or he says, oh, my best friend can also be a part of this because they bring this value to this project. So understanding that communication, it's so powerful, and really immersing yourself in mastering that skill can take you so far. I chose the career of technology, a software engineer, majoring in computer science. And something that I started to realize is that, damn, all these people are geniuses. They're great. They can code for hours, for days, and they can create whatever the heck you want. But they are not so good at just saying hello, or a simple how are you, or a softer, less technical communication or conversations. They're more technical, and all they talk about is more like a systematic, technological conversations, where it's like, wait, I also want to get to know you too, you know? I know you're great at what you're doing, which is great. Don't stop. But do you like cats or dogs? Do you prefer waffles or pancakes? What do you like? You know, so that is important, to make sure that you know how to communicate with people, and understand that communications is what's going to get you to the next step in whatever partnership, collaboration, or business deal that you have. So why do I bring this to the show? Why am I talking about this? Well, I want to focus on personal development, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle. That's what I want my show to be about. Those three things. Because I feel that if you work on being your best self and mastering everything and anything that's possible about yourself, your entrepreneurship journey, or your career journey, or your professional journey, it doesn't have to be entrepreneurship. Maybe you choose to not work for yourself. You choose to work for somebody else. Whatever it is that you decide to do, when you are maximizing your personal development, you will maximize and do great at your job, at your entrepreneurship journey, or your career. And it will become a lifestyle. You don't want things to be just for one moment, or because it's needed at this specific time. You want it to become a lifestyle. That's why I hate the word diet. Ain't nobody gonna go on no diet for 30 days. Not happening. I'm gonna eat my pizza when I want my pizza. I'm gonna eat my hamburgers when I want my hamburgers, and I'm gonna be vegan when I want to be vegan. So, wait, hold on, no. It's okay. But I want you to know that you have to make it a lifestyle. Don't switch up on things just because that was just for that moment, because it was needed. Make it a lifestyle. That's who you are. That's what you bring to the table on a daily basis. So I want to be the best I can in my communication skills. So right now I'm taking a business communication class and learning more about business communication, because when I start a new job, which I will, I want to make sure I go in there the best I can, so when I work in teams, I can bring the best communication possible, so that we can have the best team work, team effort, team dynamic, team environment, right? I'm doing what I can from my part. But am I going to bring that only to my job? No. I'm going to bring that to my everyday life, my everyday relationships. Also, I want to make it a lifestyle to work on my personal development, which is why my YouTube is also about personal development. Because I don't want it to just work on myself when it's needed. Just because I lost somebody. Oh, I lost this person that I love so much because they couldn't tolerate the fact that I am this. No, not because I lost them. I want to make sure I work on myself because I want to keep them. I want to keep the people I love near, and I want to attract people that are going to be loving and are going to embrace me and are going to be good for me. And working out and staying healthy. I don't want to just go on a diet because now I got diabetes, or I have to go on a diet because so and this and that is not good for me. I want to make it a lifestyle to make sure that I not only take care of my myself physically, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, but also physically. I want to work out. I want to make sure I stay active. I want to make sure I consume healthy things that are going to help me show up at my best. So I kind of derailed a little bit about the whole communication thing, but it all comes back to a circle, full circle. If you make your communication a lifestyle, how can you be the best communicator that you can be on a daily basis? You're going to see how it's going to improve your daily living and the people that surround you. Because you might be the person breaking through, showing people how to be better communicators. For instance, I have a bunch of friends and a bunch of family members that they suck at it. I'm like, why do you want me to guess that? I didn't know you wanted water. Oh, but you should offer me water. No, I shouldn't be offering you water. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be knowing everything at all times, you know? So you're going to start telling people like, hey, I would truly appreciate if you can tell me verbally what you need and what is it that I can do for you so that this can work out. And your relationships will be skyrocketing. They will start doing so much better, and there's going to be better atmosphere, better I believe in energy, better energy, because sometimes you walk into a room, it could be with your sister, and it's just like tense. It feels weird, and it's because y'all don't communicate. Y'all don't find what works for the both of you. So yes, the importance of communication and knowing the difference between business communication and personal communication. And look ways to better your communication skills. Sincerely. Because it's not about what you know, it's who you know, to be honest. And if you make sure you better your communication skills, you're going to start knowing amazing people, and you're going to see that it's not that you're just knowledgeable, but you're going to be a great communicator, and you're going to be able to get further in life because of that. So I don't want to take too long. I just wanted to bring this to you all, like really hone into that, because that can really help you and maximize your journey in whatever it is that you take on, whether it is your job or just your family dynamic, or even yourself, learning how to communicate with yourself. So yeah, I would like to live out the video with just tangible things that you can do right now to get better at communicating and being better at communicating in both aspects, whether it is business or personal. I will start with the personal. I would say, why don't you start now by having more softer, chill, and healthier communications with the people that you love, your relationships, bringing it up to them, saying, I am intentionally working on being a better communicator. How can you and I work together to get better at this? Or you can say to those people, maybe in a written form, if you don't feel like saying it out loud, saying that I am working on being a better communicator in this aspect because I would like to serve you and like be the best friend or the best daughter that I can be. How can you and I come up with a plan so that we can be better at that? I actually did that, and it was very awkward. It was very weird at the very beginning, but I did that with one of my sisters, and I also did that with my mother. I said straight up like that, I'm looking at this and I want to be better at this. So how can I do this with you and I can do this? It was an awkward silence. But then it worked. You have to plant that seed. Plant it. Go for it. In terms of business communication, I would really encourage you to watch TED Talks. TED Talks are great because TED Talks show you how to introduce a topic. TED Talks show you how to close a conversation. TED Talks show you how to give the meat, right? It's like writing an essay. You want to give or a paragraph. What's the main sentence? What's the evidence? What's the reasoning to back it up? And then what's the conclusion? That's how you want to treat your business communication. Straight to the point. Here is this, here is that, this is why, and close it. This is why you need to do this. So I recommend watching TED Talks right now. 5 to 10 minute TED Talks a day or a week. Do that. And then putting it into practice. Is there somebody you work with that you get along with pretty well? Why don't y'all start practicing together how to do or how to introduce yourself in a networking event? Or how can you start learning how to bring an idea to a manager? Or how can you sell something, right? How can you talk to a customer? Those are different things that would help you really get further and attract right energy, right relationships that can help you get to the next step in your life. So I hope you enjoyed this. I can really go further into this, both conversations or topics of personal communication and business communication, and actually bring a whole guide and a whole thing. So use the comments below to let me know if this is a topic that you would like me to get more in depth in, so I can get you on gang. Thank you for watching, and thank you always for tuning in. And please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel so that we can continue growing this beautiful family. Appreciate you.